What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue. What I'll be doing today is going to be a Cajun rub beer can chicken. I'm going to be using my BBQ Aid 5-in-1 combo kit, which is right here. And we're going to be seasoning it with a little bit of Slap Your Mama seasoning that was sent to me by Diane at Booger 500 US. I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the iCard above and description below. Anyway, the way this 5-in-1 combo kit works is you have a base, which is down here. We have our smoke box, and then we have our top that we're going to add our beer can chicken to. Anyway, I might as well get this thing set up to get ready to get smoking. I already have my charcoal getting hot out there, so I'm just going ahead and we're adding some wood chips that I have soaked, which is recommended per the instructions on it. So I'm going to go ahead and throw those in. My beer I'm going to be using, we're going to take it to Australia on this Foster's beer. Really takes me back to my San Diego days when I went to a bar in San Diego called, man, I can't remember the name of it now. Anyway, it was a bar. They served all kind of Australian Sybil's. That's the name of the restaurant, Sybil's. Anyway, this is around 1990, 89, somewhere in there. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our beer. Now, if you're interested in this beer can or this 5-in-1 combo kit, this is our little beer can canister. We're going to go ahead and add in, pour our beer in. Now that we have our beer in, let's get outside and get working on this Weber. Alright guys, so we have our chimney starter going. I'm going to want most of these charcoals to get kind of lit before we dump it in. And the reason is we're not going to be smoking this chicken. We're going to be cooking it kind of on the hot and fast side. I'm going to try to be cooking this between 375 and 400 degrees. As far as the charcoal I'm using, I'm just using your regular old Kingsford Original charcoal. This is a great all-purpose charcoal. If I was wanting to go even hotter, I would probably go with the lump charcoal, but you can't beat regular Kingsford Blue. Now that our coals are almost ashed over except for that top layer, we're just going to go ahead and dump this in our kettle. And I'm going to spread them out evenly. Kind of mix them in with some of these other coals that aren't heated up. We're going to go ahead and throw our grate on. And since we're not going to be cooking directly on the grate, there's no need to worry about cleaning it up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our 5-in-1 barbecue kit on it. What's going to start happening is these wood chips are going to start to smoke, and at that point we're going to go ahead and add our chicken. But we haven't seasoned our chicken yet, so let's get inside and get on that. So as far as rubbing this chicken down, what I'm going to be using is any high temperature oil. I happen to be using an herb infused sunflower oil. Regular canola oil, vegetable oil would work. Butter might work depending on how hot you plan on cooking. And we're just going to go ahead and add this in. Make sure it gets coated generously. Now we're going to hit it with our Slap Your Mama. Thanks, Booger 500. Let me get some of them peppercorns off. If there's a few on there, we should be alright. Make sure we get in all these cracks and crevices. And this is good to go. Really all that we need to do now is wait for that smoker box to start smoking a little bit, and this is ready to go on. So it looks like we're getting a little smolder action with our wood. Our beer is kind of starting to bubble up a little bit, so let's go ahead and get this chicken on. We're just going to set it right over this beer can. Alright, so that's a done deal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my Inkbird meat thermometer. We're going to go ahead and place that in. So as far as this Inkbird thermometer goes, I could just use it as is, or I can pair it up with my phone. I'm going to go ahead and pair it up with my phone since I don't plan on sitting out here all day, or at least for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So just gonna go ahead and put that in. Gonna get our lid on. We're gonna let it go until we get to 165 degrees internal temperature. So let's go ahead and pair this up with our phone. This is preset for beef, which was my last cook. We're gonna go ahead, get out of the beef. We're gonna go ahead and hit chicken. Chicken is gonna go ahead and set it at 165 degrees, so this will set off an alarm when I get to that temperature. Anyway, this should take about an hour and a half. We'll see you back when it's done. So our alarm just went off. We're at 165 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, get it inside, slice it up, tell you what my thoughts are. So before we get into this taste test, I want to talk about two things I would have done differently in this cook. The first thing I would have done would have been to just cook this on the lower grate of the Weber Kettle Grill. I could have also just done it without the smoker box, offset with my coals to one side, and then done it like that. The reason is this smoker box adds about 1 3/4 inches to the height of the chicken, and the lid was like almost like touching it the entire cook. So those two things would have probably done what I needed to do. I could have got the smoke flavor by just adding the wood chips, you know, directly to the charcoals and kind of gone that route. But with everything, you always learn different things. Anyway, I'm gonna let this cool down just a minute, then we'll get into it. So this chicken's had a chance to rest a while. Let's go ahead and get on in here and see what kind of flavor came through on this. I'm just going for this breast real quick. Just gonna cut a little piece out of here. Definitely moist. You can get a little essence of that beer coming through. The seasoning definitely banging. Now, as far as the seasoning goes, you know, typically I don't use a lot of seasoning that'll kind of darken up on you. But this did get a little dark, but it does have some good flavor on it. But like I said, that 5-in-1 barbecue kit definitely did the job on this. I might use it better the next time I do a beer can chicken. I may just put that on the lower level of that kettle grill. For those of you guys that aren't using kettle grills, I think most gas grills are going to be high enough to where it won't present the same issues as the kettle did. Like I said, it was like barely almost on the top of the chicken when I was cooking it. So anyway, it did its job. I'm going to leave a link to the 5-in-1 barbecue kit, description below. Also that Inkbird thermometer, that thing has not let me down yet. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description below. But I will be doing another beer can chicken here soon. I'm going with my traditional turkey rub that I put on my turkeys, and kind of lowering that grate a little bit just to kind of show a little bit more about how I think this product is meant to be used. Anyway, I'm telling you, I could go in on this all day. I'm going to thank you guys for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe. I'm out.